found something. Buenos Aires International Airport this morning. Now watch this.
Heralds.
Trail ends at the airport, but turns out that a top Providence operative owns a vineyard in the area. Don Yates, of infamous New York law firm Morgan, Yates & Cohn. And get this, is hosting his retirement party today.
She's infiltrated them. She's sending a message. She needs my help.
Could have fooled me.
You don't know her.
Anyway, if you're going after her, you'll need to deal with the Herald. Her name's Tamara Vidal, former CIA asset and political firebrand. She's a master of surveillance and the Constant's most trusted aide. She'll have eyes everywhere. You won't get far as long as she's in the game.
Why are you telling me this? I thought you were out.
Yeah. Old habits, I guess. Anyway, I need to go. See you around, 47.
No, you won't.
Because you're not an idiot. Let's just humor him. Yates likes his little games. Don't be long.
You got my message.
You'd never get caught on camera. Not unless you wanted to be seen. So what's the play?
You're not the only one who's been busy, 47. I'm this close to becoming the next Constant. I'll be able to dismantle Providence from the inside. Only one man stands in my way. Don Yates. That weasel was the partner's legal counsel for years. He's the top candidate. But remove him from the playing field.
It won't work. If Edward suspects...
I will convince him you acted alone. Retaliation for Grey. Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
The Herald, Tamara Vidal. She has eyes everywhere, and they're all fixed on you. The plan won't work unless we take her out.
She never leaves my side for long. Whatever your plan is, I'll help you if I can.
You're sure about this?
As sure as I'll ever be. Here, I got you an invitation, just like old times. Come find me when it's done. Good luck, 47. Well, have at it, 47. Well, have at it, 47.
Here's all.
Ready, Pam? 3, 2, 1, and...
For more than 2 decades, New York-based law firm Morgan, Yates & Cohn has been among the most successful and the most controversial companies in the United States. Founded in the greed is good downtown era of the mid-1980s by Kenneth Morgan, Don Yates, and Theodore Cohn, the firm quickly amassed an impressive client roster, counting such corporate behemoths as top investment bank Milton Fitzpatrick and Van Orton Tobacco. A reputation for ruthlessness and dirty tactics, no doubt originating with the notorious affluenza defense of murderous socialite Chelsea Whitmore, has long stuck to their name. But despite the persistent outrage of progressives, the firm has enjoyed a seemingly never-ending streak of successes and legal triumphs. This, however, may be changing. Just a few months ago, senior partner Ken Morgan passed away unexpectedly at the Hitman Hotel in Bangkok. And now, another of the founding partners, Don Archibald Yates, in front of whose Argentinian vineyard I am currently standing, has announced his retirement from the firm. And so, the burning question in the upper echelons of corporate America is this: has Morgan, Yates & Cohn finally run out of steam? I am Pam Kingsley, reporting live from Mendoza,
Looking good today, sir.
on GNN News.
Mustn't be late. Segura is fairly common in these parts after all. I'll get a picture later.
I didn't see you at the club last weekend. I was quite sick. I know you never miss a Saturday if you can help
Aaron
it.
Ford Jr. with the firm.
What do you want to say?
Don Yates is expecting me.
Okay, checks out. But leave the paperwork with me.
Absolutely not. Mr. Yates asked me specifically to bring him these documents. You don't want to keep Mr. Yates waiting, do you?
What are you? Some kind of office clerk?
I am a junior partner with Morgan, Yates & Cohn, the most powerful law firm on the continent. Now, enough of this foolishness. Let me through.
Okay, I'm just messing with you. Step right in, Junior. Sir, this is a restricted area.
Hey man, you're being told politely, so come on.
You can pretend he's going to be a full-time winemaker, but if he's leaving Morgan, Yates & Cohn, it's because he has a better offer.
He's a founding partner in the most powerful law firm on earth.
Bienvenidos to Viñeda Yates, señor. May I see your invitation, please? Gracias, señor. Enjoy the party.
Hey, how are you?
Evening, senor. Would you care for an aperitif?
Thank you. So, you must know everything that goes on at the event? Care to give me the lowdown?
Let's see. Most of the guests have already arrived, and let me tell you, it's like a Forbes 500 convention in there. Most are high-profile clients of Morgan, Yates & Cohn. But the Yateses are still no shows. Word is, they're still up at the house.
They haven't made an entrance yet. Curious. Any idea why?
Well, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but word is that Yates was in a great mood this morning, but that all changed when the letter arrived.
The letter?
Yeah, an honest-to-God letter delivered by courier. I mean, who writes letters anymore? Anyway, it must have been bad news, because Senor Yates heard the plant off the balcony. Big heavy one, too. It almost hit Isabel, one of the maids who had to go right down.
Oh. Anything else?
The party is not the only thing happening at the estate. The winery is open for guests, too. You should check it out if you're interested in winemaking. It's harvest season, after all.
I might just do that. Thank you for your time, miss.
Right. Pleasant evening, senor.
How's it going? Everybody else is. And have you seen whose arm she's on? I swear she has no decency. I don't see what's I suppose she might have done some work done with it. I can see her. Positive it's her. Why are you... being so timid? I thought you'd be even more eager than me to take that little...
Hello, sir. Have a lovely day. Either way, the last thing anyone wants today is a big scene, all right? Don't give her the satisfaction of embarrassing yourself over ancient history. Greetings, sir.
Lucked out. Heralds say a handful of officers were lost, but I figure they're down with it. We've all seen the news.
Constant works in mysterious ways. I just don't get his fascination with this Burnwood woman.
She is brilliant. Perhaps even his equal.
So? All the more reason to keep her at arm's length.
That's not how he sees it. Burnwood is passionate, and passion can be directed. People who want to change the world are the easiest to corrupt.
I say it's a trick. He wants something from her. Probably that assassin of hers.
Nah, there's more to it. Burnwood went up against the Constant and lost. But she came too close for comfort, and now winning is not enough. He doesn't just need to beat her, he needs to convert her.
Sounds like an unhealthy fixation, if you ask me. She kidnapped him, for Christ's sakes. You sure it's not just a case of Stockholm Syndrome?
This is the Constant we're talking about. Don't worry, he's got Vidal watching Burnwood's every move. That girl has eyes in places I didn't even know existed.
That's something at least.
I dare say congratulations are in order.
Hello, sir. Close call, though. I was third in the line of succession, after Robert and Sierra Knox. But then the pesky Kronstadt Board of Directors decided to hire an outsider. Former chair of the Applied Science Division at Caltech with a rep for being uncorrupted. With her at the helm, our friend lost the together. That's all for us. We went to have
Awful shame what happened. It was the most charming little village. Almost made it onto the UNESCO World Heritage List. Must have been some rainfall.
I didn't forget the asado torch, Miguel. Terrible shame. Didn't you, Pablo?
Hi, sir.
Why do you have to be such a baby all the time? Mr. Yates' gates are waiting. What are we supposed to tell him?
The dinner is late because the Yosa brothers forgot the torch for the damn asado pit.
It's just a stupid torch. I'm sure someone's gonna light, Miguel.
It's traditional. Look, I'm not gonna explain it to you, little one. Just find another torch. Don't care how. Before with a laughing stock.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Why Mother prefers him, I will never understand.
Diana Burnwood. Long time no see.
Forgive me, I can't quite place you, Mr.
Reaper. Tobias Reaper. We used to work for the same company. They went under.
Ah, yes. A shame what happened, but nothing lasts forever, I suppose. Oh, but where are my manners? This is my colleague, Tamara Vidal.
Miss Vidal?
What brings you to Argentina, Reaper? Are you one of Don Yates' clients?
Client? No. I'm more of a service provider.
Right. Well, it was lovely to see you again, Tobias. Now, if you'll excuse us, Tamara and I need to mingle.
Of course.
See you around. No offense, but your guy is getting kind of stalky.
I take it Edwards told you to chaperone me. Any idea why?
You know why. Trust is earned. Until Edwards is satisfied you're not sailing under a false flag, I will be his eyes and ears.
I meant why you.
I suppose I'm more perceptive than most.
You're also very loyal.
Supplier in town.
My guess is Edward's decision to make me a herald is not too popular with the other heralds.
We were at war about 5 minutes ago. Some people are funny like that.
But not you.
I admire the craft, the audacity. Everyone said Providence was untouchable and along you came. The way I see it, you did us a service.
That's cold. I like you more already.
Touché.
Can the barbecue pit be lit by now? I'm starving.
Right. I kind of want to get a second drink, but on an empty stomach? Yeah, made that mistake one too many times.
I tell you, whoever thought they were doing the world a favor by bumping off Rico Delgado and his fixer, Andrea Martinez, needs a crash course in history.
I'd think one last drug lord would be a good thing.
Well, not if they're the lesser evil. Rico Delgado was a son of a bitch, but he was our son of a bitch, plus a stabilizing factor for the whole region. Now, the cartel is in the hands of Mad Dog Hector Delgado, and he's about 3 Colombian neckties away from a full-scale drug war.
The Morenos?
Somehow, the mad bastard's got it into his head that Martinez and his brother were killed by a Moreno assassin who infiltrated their ranks. He's purging his own sicarios at random, and they, in turn, are ratting on each other like 1950s Hollywood. It's a hot mess. Plays merry hell with the construction and real estate market.
Perhaps someone should take steps to retire him.
With ICA off the board. Good luck finding someone crazy enough.
Is dinner coming or what?
Almost there. Let us slide.
How you been?
So, what's your take on these ICA papers? Oh, hell of a thing.
You mind if we stop by security?
As if we haven't had enough market turmoil this year.
It's just disgraceful how an agency like the ICA could exist and thrive for so long without the public's knowledge.
Boggles the mind.
That it does. That it does. Yeah, I do wonder, though.
Yes?
Well, just for the sake of argument. Say one had an urgent problem, and one found oneself without one's usual, how should I put it?
Service provider?
Yeah, precisely. Well, what I'm getting at is all those shady drug lords and foreigners and whatnot who find themselves in need of a new such provider. Well, I was just wondering how they might go about that.
Uh-huh.
Hypothetically, of course.
Right. Well, I'm clearly not the right sort of person to ask.
Of course not. Just making conversation.
I certainly wouldn't be in the possession of a phone number to one such individual.
Surely not.
And even if I were, I certainly wouldn't be inclined to pass it on.
Well, no, that would be wildly unethical.
Right. So, good talk. Food for thought. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need a shot in the arm. Ask for Stone. Good man. Reliable. And don't mention the nose.
What are we doing here, Dexy?
Monumental Records are longtime clients of Morgan Yates and Cohn. I thought we'd come show Don our support.
He's a blood-sucking leech. He's like evil incarnate.
A free bar is a free bar, Heidi.
How is any of this relevant to our promotional tour?
The class always had a strong following in Buenos Aires. You and Quentin have a 52% recognition rate. That's impressive in a fragmented post-monocultural market. Especially since Jordan was always the front man.
We're not the class, Dexy. We're...
the band formerly known as The Class, minus Jordan Cross. That's the reality, Heidi. You don't like it? We can still accept the live gig with Serafina. She plays arenas. It's good, steady money.
Pass. I do have a shred of dignity left.
Oh, yeah? Want me to hold on to that for you?
Screw you, Dexy.
It'll be fine, dear. You'll get a hit and make lots of money. Hell, you might even see some of it once Quantum Leap and Dynasty Global and all other streaming platforms have taken their share. You just smile and do what rock stars do best, dear.
Yeah? What's that?
Get drunk on somebody else's dime.
For money or glory, only to serve your personal brand of vigilante justice. Targeting those who rise above
Long
the law,
time no
except
see.
for yourself, of course, but hey, everyone's a hypocrite. Still, makes you wonder.
I was wasting my potential. I did garbage duty for 30 years, and where did it get me?
You've certainly kept the world's coroners on their toes.
Edwards is right. Power never dies. It only changes hands. And his hands, well, I figure the world could do a lot worse.
You admire him.
I thought resisting power was noble. But revolution is a young power. Truth to her now. Much harder to build. I figure I can be a bit confident.
It was hardly the pledge of allegiance, but it's the best I could accept.
I thought she'd be taller.
Everyone looks tall on a stage. She's changed her hair, but that's still Tamara Vidal.
Well, shit. She had all the pundits shaking in their boots a few years back. What was her party called again?
Future Federation. It was a kind of a crypto-fascist movement promoting meritocratic corporatocracy with a splash of transhumanism to lure in the Silicon Valley types.
Sharp dresses, though.
At Pax Mundus, we did a report about the geopolitical ramifications should Future Federation ever get into office and trigger a regional surge to the right. But the party lost momentum when Vidal stepped down.
Was there some kind of scandal?
Nothing public. She just left. Must have gotten a better offer. You know how these firebrands are. Always ready to cash in some of that political capital for a corner office. Manny Russo of Goldberg and Partners calling for Vera St. Martin, please. Thank you. Mrs. St. Martin, just calling to check on those accounts we discussed. Correct? Yeah, Panama, Dominica, and Costa Rica. And my instructions were followed to the letter? Splendid. I shall inform Mr. Yates. Your guess is as good as mine. Yates's mystery client is setting up a Kafkaesque labyrinth of staggering complexity. Shell companies and phantom accounts looping in on themselves like a Mobius strip in a bad suit. I got a nosebleed just thinking about it. Okay. Between you and me, I couldn't help but follow a few breadcrumbs, and here's the strangest part. The money all seems to flow from another older shell corporation called Providence. Name rings a bell? Yes, that terrorist transmission a few months ago. Now, the thing was controlled by 3 families. Very old money, the Carlyles of the Carlyle Shipping Group, the Ingrams oil and steel tycoons, and the Stuyvesant real estate moguls. Yes, I see you read obituaries too. That is when I decided to do as my mentor taught me, cash my check, and mind my own goddamn business. Words to live by, yes? Well, same to you.
Wherever you go, I go.
It's a nice gesture, but a bit
Hello
hubristic,
again,
wouldn't
Miss
you say?
Burnwood.
He's not
Miss
even been
Vidal.
appointed.
He is a
Caution
polite
and
one, isn't
modesty
he?
has
Oh,
never
Mr.
been
Reaper
Donnie's
is in many
side.
ways a man out of time.
And what is it you do, Reaper? Don't tell me.
I'm more of a beer man.
Banco.
Hey there.
Corporate liquidator.
So you're the guy nobody likes.
They so rarely get a chance to know me.
Well, we really should be getting on.
Do you dance, Reaper?
I like to lose myself in a crowd.
Oh. Perhaps we'll do a bit of that later. Dancing.
The night is young, Miss Vidal.
So, how do you feel about Burnwood?
How do you think? She and her friends killed Yamazaki. Cassidy,
Let's rejoin the
probably
fire.
Bronson.
Fine by me.
How is she fit to be a herald? But on the other hand,
Sure you don't got something on you? Nothing gets past me, you better tell me. That's not gonna work, buddy.
All right.
Unless you got a burning desire to find out what we do with troublemakers around here, you should probably go back.
Don't come around here again, okay?
Not just a puddle either. We're talking knee deep. The whole place looked like a horror flick. Of course, Yates came down and told them all solid charge of attacks a new one.
You'd think there was some kind of fail-safe mechanism or early warning system in place.
Yeah, you would, but you'd be wrong. If the pumps malfunction, the tanks overflow. That pretty much sums it up. So, pay attention to that pump flow. As you're in the market for an extra orifice.
Lightning never strikes twice. You'll be
These fermentation tanks are accident-prone. If the pump malfunctions, the tanks overflow. This has happened before, provoking an appearance from Don Yates. It's likely to happen again.
double check the pump seal.
Time. Yes.
And?
It sprouted wings and flew away. Ay, por Dios, don't you think I would have flagged it if anything was wrong? It's a seal. It's doing what it does best. Sealing. Ay, Jesus mío, what do you want from me?
You know, I'm gonna cut you some slack because of the baby, but you might want to work on that attitude.
And so, it's just...
Yeah. We've all been there.
Okay. Show yourself, cobarde!
I'm not gullible. There's supposed to be a whole bunch of tunnels down there. Ihan told me it's like a robin nest. All crossing each other and going in every direction.
Controlled by the ventilation system. State of the art. Highly safe.
I'm a bit of a grease monkey in my spare time.
My area, friend. The control terminal is up in the security room if you want to take a look. Just don't touch it. One of the guards placed a small BLT sandwich near the ventilation filter. The whole facility smelled vacant for a week, and Mrs. Yates is a vegan. He does not work here.
Thanks.
Hey, it's me. Some pendejo is hurling all kinds of shit around. Hold on a minute. Val, it's all clear. Don't worry, be happy. Over.
¿Qué es eso? I'm wicked smart, and yet I find myself in these situations all the time. Just, I don't know. How am I gonna tell my dad that I don't think Yankees? Oh my gosh, it's difficult. I don't know. You know, pouch of gems, sack of gems, knapsack of gems. Ooh, duffel of gems, best value.
ask you if you could give me the name of the artisan you hired to carve out that relief for your garden. You know how much Mother adores it. I was hoping to commission something simple for her 80th birthday.
I'm so happy you like that. I'd love to help you.
Okay.
It wouldn't be nearly as special if everyone had one, would it?
Seriously? Why do you like it?
Don't take it personally.
Hey, you! Stop!
Who's there?
Say what?
Hey! Hello! Is anyone there? You need to show yourself, or whoever you are!
Mierda. Coger. Oh, my. What happened here? Such a waste. Pump must have malfunctioned again. Faulty seal. Or human error. I suppose sabotage cannot be ruled out. Well, we'll need a thorough investigation. Perhaps double
That's
the guard duty in the barrel room. One can never
Great.
carry.
Just stellar work, everybody. You've really gone above and beyond here. Truly world class.
Hurry! Senor Yates! Just shoot it.
This is barely even a game. I'd rather just sit with you, son.
Hey, yo, partner.
Mr. Yates, what can I do for you? A tour of the facility? At this hour? I didn't know we had investors come in. A private tour. Mr. Yates, with all due respect, we are about to harvest the Malbec. I hardly think this is the best use of my time. Fine, if you say so. Who is the audience? Diana Barnwood and Tamara Vidal? The politician Tamara Vidal? Okay. And the last one? Corvo Black? Is he your fixer? The scary one? Okay. I'll clear my schedule. Right. Thank you, Mr. Yates. Enjoy the... Why does he want me to play tour guide to his socialite friends? It's Harvest Day.
He probably just wants to show off, Patron. I know I would.
Stop that! Come on, stand up. You're acting like a baby.
People like that think of you. Because they don't think of you at all.
I hadn't really thought about it like that.
Patron, Senor Vargas.
What? What is it now? What?
You have some guests waiting. Senor Yates wanted you to give them the grand tour. Remember?
As if I don't have more important things to do than babysit Yates' socialite friends. It's only harvest season.
Better do what he says, Patron. Big shot New York lawyer like that. Don't want to get on the bad side.
Well, I'm not going anywhere until I have decided if the crop is right for picking. Bring me the 3 Malbec grapes to taste, Ramon. If Yates doesn't like how I prioritize, he can weigh me down with concrete.
Thanks,
Me of a
I
breeze.
guess.
How's that?
3 grapes, was it? I'll get my picking knife.
How are you today, senor?
Picking knife. Picking knife. Ah, hello. No me lo puedo creer. Ay, por Dios.
Not again, qué nervios.
Especially not today. Oh no. ¿Por qué ahora? Talk about that tan line I saw in your right hand?
We broke off the engagement.
Excellent.
¿Cómo estás?
Welcome to Vignetta Yates. I'm Gabriel Vargas, chief winemaker, and I will be your tour guide. Any questions before we start?
Yes, but they're all above your pay grade.
We're good. Lead the way, Senor Vargas.
Follow me.
Yeah, hey.
First stop on the tour is the production floor, where our prize-winning Malbec grapes are processed. Our equipment is state-of-the-art, including a drag-in freezer unit. And last but not least, our grape crusher, industrial size for your disposal purposes.
Interesting.
Follow me, please. Next on our tour is the fermentation atrium. In these spacious tanks, which could easily be able to contain a couple of hundred human bodies, the sugars in the wine are converted to alcohol. This is also where we squeeze the must into a fine juice using our grape presser.
Fascinating.
Come along. This is the facility's grape presser, where the freshly crushed pulp is pressed through a fine filter, leaving only the flesh and skins behind. Much more efficient than the ancient practice of grape stomping, but also less personal.
So, this is what the little guy feels like. You there! Excuse me! Look at him. Does that face ring any bells? Ah!
Yo.
First stop on the tour is the production floor, where our prize-winning Malbec grapes are processed. Our equipment is state-of-the-art, including a drag-in freezer unit. And last but not least, our grape crusher, industrial size for your disposal purposes.
Interesting.
Follow me, please. This is an industrial cold storage unit, useful for preventing cellular decomposition. It easily reaches temperatures of -10 degrees Celsius. Trust me, you don't want to stay inside for long.
No kidding. Hey, there's no doorknob on the inside. Seems like a pretty glaring safety omission, if you ask me.
Probably soundproof, too.
How could she be a herald?
First stop on the tour is the production floor, where our prize-winning Malbec grapes are processed. Our equipment is state-of-the-art, including a drag-in freezer unit. And last but not least, our grape crusher, industrial size for your disposal purposes.
Interesting.
Follow me, please. This is our grape crusher. The destemmed grapes are crushed into a thick pulp by a powerful rotating cylinder, making each grape quite impossible to ID.
Have you had any workplace accidents?
What? Fall into the vat and get crushed to a pulp?
Next on our tour is the fermentation atrium. In these spacious tanks, which could easily be able to contain a couple of hundred human bodies, the sugars in the wine are converted to alcohol. This is also where we squeeze the must into a fine juice using our grape presser.
Fascinating.
Come along. Our large fermentation tanks are constructed from solid French oak, and each contain up to 500 gallons of grape must. You don't want to fall in, but if you do, at least you'll die happy.
Well, looks like an accident waiting to happen.
Occupational hazard. Eh, Burnwood?
Final stop, the barrel room. Nothing dramatic, just wine biding its time. The vault next door contains our most precious bottles, but the access doors are made from ballistic glass and can only be unlocked from the security room high above our heads. So, unless you're the Sparrow, don't get any ideas.
Remarkable.
Weird.
First stop on the tour is the production floor, where our prize-winning Malbec grapes are processed. Our equipment is state-of-the-art, including a drag-in freezer unit. And last but not least, our grape crusher, industrial size for your disposal purposes.
Interesting.
Follow me, please. Next on our tour is the fermentation atrium. In these spacious tanks, which could easily be able to contain a couple of hundred human bodies, the sugars in the wine are converted to alcohol. This is also where we squeeze the must into a fine juice using our grape presser.
Fascinating.
Come along. This is the facility's grape presser, where the freshly crushed pulp is pressed through a fine filter, leaving only the flesh and skins behind. Much more efficient than the ancient practice of grape stomping, but also
Who are you
less
again?
personal.
We need to keep an eye on this dude. He's shady as hell. Why aren't you listening to me? Are you deaf? You. This guy is disguised.
Hey there.
First stop on the tour is the production floor, where our prize-winning Malbec grapes are processed. Our equipment is state-of-the-art, including a drag-in freezer unit. And last but not least, our grape crusher, industrial size for your disposal purposes.
Interesting.
Follow me, please. Next on our tour is the fermentation atrium. In these spacious tanks, which could easily be able to contain a couple of hundred human bodies, the sugars in the wine are converted to alcohol. This is also where we squeeze the must into a fine juice using our grape presser.
Fascinating.
Come along. This is the facility's grape presser, where the freshly crushed pulp is pressed through a fine filter, leaving only the flesh and skins behind. Much more efficient than the ancient practice of grape stomping, but also less personal.
So, this is what the little guy feels like.
What's up, yo?
First stop on the tour is the production floor, where our prize-winning Malbec grapes are processed. Our equipment is state-of-the-art, including a drag-in freezer unit. And last but not least, our grape crusher, industrial size for your disposal purposes.
Interesting.
Follow me, please. This is an industrial cold storage unit, useful for preventing cellular decomposition. It easily reaches temperatures of minus 10 degrees Celsius. Trust me, you don't want to stay inside for long.
No kidding. Hey, there's no doorknob on the inside. Seems like a